Chez, thank you so much for joining us today. My name's Mel and I'm a skills advisor working within Oxlep Skills. So could you start by introducing yourself, please, and telling us who you work for and what your job role is?
Yeah, of course. So my name's Chez, and I work for Oxford Health NHS Foundation Trust, and I'm their CAHMS Service Improvement Coordinator. And CAHMS stands for Child and Adolescent Mental Health Service. So it's working with children and young people.
Fantastic, thank you. And what does your job involve?
So it's predominantly around service improvement. So my job is to kind of project manage and coordinate any service improvements that are happening within CAHMS. So that can be, things to reduce waiting times. There's lots of different projects that are going on at the moment, and my job is to collate all of the data around that and to manage the projects around it.
Thank you. And am I right in thinking that you recently worked on a project to reduce waiting times for young people who are waiting to receive the service?
Yeah, so that's a big project that we're working on at the moment. So we started that back in November, and we're thinking it's probably going to take around about a year and a half from then through to completion. So at the moment, we're currently in the scoping stage. So we've had some staff engagement days. We've been gathering all of the data to measure what that improvement's going to look like. And now we're in the process of rolling out the project. So we've put together a project plan, and now we're thinking about who's going to be responsible for what tasks and when they're going to happen.
Fantastic, thank you. That sounds great. And how does the apprenticeship part of your job work? So could you describe a little bit about how that links in with the work that you've just been describing?
Yeah, so I'm really lucky. So when I joined at Oxford Health, I was working working as an admin manager in the CAHMS single point of access team. And as part of this apprenticeship, I gained a project management qualification, and that enabled me to go for this promotion. And it's the project management side of it that's got me into my new role now. So it's using those project management skills to be able to work on the service improvement.
Fantastic. Well, that sounds great. And great that you're able to get a qualification in project management as well.
It's been really, really good. This apprenticeship has, as well as the level 5 qualification, you've got the project management side. There's so much that qualification has given me. So I've been, really, really fortunate.
Fantastic. And could you give us a little summary of your career history so far? So how did you get to where you are now?
So I've spent many, many years in admin. So yeah, I actually started my apprenticeship journey probably about 10 years or so ago, and that was doing a level 2 qualification in business and administration. So I spent many years working as an administrator, and I worked my way through from administrator to admin manager. And then I found that it was then quite difficult because I didn't have any kind of formal qualifications. It was very difficult to make those next steps. So, I'm really, really fortunate that at Oxford Health, we have the learning and development team that offer these apprenticeships. So when that level 5 qualification came up, I literally jumped at the opportunity. And it's through doing that I was able to gain the project management qualification, which then enabled me to apply for this band 6 position. So I think without that apprenticeship, I wouldn't have been able to take those next steps.
Fantastic. So it's given you the opportunity to develop your career beyond what you could have done previously.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how do you find balancing the work and the study? Because obviously you have a busy day job. How did you manage taking on those extra qualifications and the apprenticeship learning alongside of
I think just by, I'm very, very lucky. My manager is very flexible. She's very supportive. And I think it's just, the main thing has just been around working flexibly, because obviously you're supposed to have one day a week that you set aside for the apprenticeship. In reality, when you've got busy workloads, that's not always going to happen. So it's just making sure that you take that time. So if one week you're not able to get a study day, or even for a couple of weeks, it's making sure that you then make that time up a little bit later on. So I think the biggest thing is just making sure that you're able to work flexibly and that you've got support from your manager.
Brilliant. Thank you. That's great advice, Chez. And do you feel that sometimes people don't realise that they could do an apprenticeship perhaps a little bit later on in their career? Have you got any advice for people that are thinking about doing like you have and using an apprenticeship to then take the next step?
Definitely. I think people associate apprenticeships with school leavers. You know, I always have done. It's not something that you think about, you know, as an adult. Not that school leavers aren't adults, but you know, as you get older. So when this opportunity came about, you know, I had a little bit of a read up about it, and actually it's amazing because for the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, I've known that I've wanted to progress my career. I've always been held back by the fact that I don't have those high level qualifications. And I've looked so many times at, you know, maybe thinking about doing something at university, and I just couldn't afford to actually give up work or go part-time to undertake a university course. But by doing this qualification via the apprenticeship route, I've been able to gain that qualification. So it's a level 5, so it's a foundation degree equivalent, and get the project management qualification whilst earning a full-time wage. So yeah, anybody that's older that's looking at doing it, I would say go for it. It's, you know, it's win-win.
Fantastic. No, it sounds like it's working really well for you, Chez.
Yeah.
And obviously it is, because you've been nominated for the Higher Apprentice of the Year award in the Oxfordshire Apprenticeship Awards 2023. So congratulations on that. That's a
Thank
great
you.
achievement. How did you feel when you found out that you'd been nominated?
Gobsmacked. Just, yeah, to act for my tutor to have put me forward, I felt really proud to have been recognised for the work that I put in, but actually to get to interview stage and then to be shortlisted, you know, you think, I don't know, it's just beyond anything that I could have imagined. I'm so proud and I'm so excited. You know, you don't think at 40 odd that you're gonna, you know, that you're even gonna start doing these qualifications, let alone then get put forward for an award. So yeah, I'm feeling really excited and really proud.
Fantastic. That's great to hear. And you're a real inspiration and role model to other people that might be thinking about taking that step. So good luck in
Thank
the awards, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
thank you.